Hello there, everyone. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I had some problems with the microphone, so I'm going to stick glued to the camera. Can you all hear me well? Can you please let me know? Yes. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so welcome everyone to this webinar about the fire elemental energy. Okay, hello. So I wanted to share with you before we go into summer. Yesterday here in the Netherlands, we had a nice summery day already, but today it is not continuing. So, oh, Dubravka, you're not still not in. What do you mean? You cannot hear me? Okay. So, Dubravka, if you have any trouble, then oh, okay. Okay. All right. So, about the fire elements, I have done several webinars already on various elemental energies, but I just wanted to give a little recap of what it is about. So, um, in Chinese medicine, when they look at the yin and the yang energies, to be short, they observed nature and they saw a yin and a yang energy present. Um, a good example of that is the light and the dark. The most youngest quality of nature is, of course, summertime, the heat, and the most yin is the wintertime, the yin, um, and the cold there. But it's not that black and white. They discovered there are transitions in between, going from the most yin part of the season to the most yang part of the season. And those qualities, those changes towards the most yin to the most yang, that is what they call the five elemental energies. So the five elemental energies and the transitions from one to the other, you have to see it as an energetic quality. And the five elemental energies are not just related to the seasons, for example. It is mostly used as something that you can explain during a specific season. So in this case, we're talking about fire, and fire energy being most uh, obvious at that period of time. But at the same time, it's very vulnerable at that period of time, talking about the fire energy within us. So, to make it concrete, because now I'm using different things at the same time, sorry. But so if you look at nature in these various stages, going from yin, and then the next stage after the yinist phase will be springtime, and there's a little bit of more of yang quality, a little bit more dynamic into the season palpable. So there's, because if there is no yang, nothing will grow. Yeah. So, and in springtime, where everything comes up and flourishes, that is where there is a lot of yang energy. And after springtime, then we go to the maximum of yang energy, being the summertime energy. But like I said before, it is not only palpable in summertime. So I like to explain the energetic quality of fire instead of relating it only to the summertime. So, how can you relate, or how can you recognize this energetic quality within you? First of all, the fire energy is a rising quality. So it is very enthusiastic. If you feel enthusiastic or um, really full of love, full of energy, full of wanting to share with people your ideas, or you want to be with people, you want to spend time with people, you want to interact with people. It's a very extroverted energy. And at the same time, when you feel this energy, it also has to do with communication, being able to say what you have on your heart and being able to speak it clearly and directly, from the heart, so to say. So to have this expression where you have your heart on your tongue, this is very much related to this fire energy. So when this fire energy is present, and that can be at any moment, at any time, right? Because you can feel enthusiastic, or you can feel that you want to share, not only your ideas, but or your passions, but also your love with somebody, at any moment. So it's not necessary to be in summertime to actually experience the fire energy. Whenever you are sharing something like I'm doing right now about this subject, I always get very enthusiastic and I really feel the energetic quality of this. And if that is what you feel, so then in this moment, this sharing experience, this is already the fire energy. So it is not only related to summertime, and like I said before, during summertime, this is where this energy can be kind of weak. Why? Because the surrounding around us is in heat. Everything is in expansion. Everything is to its fullest. People want to go out. People want to be with other people. We want to go and go to a party. This is a more innate sensation that we feel during summertime as opposed to wintertime, where we naturally feel more drawn inwards, that we want to go inwards, that we want to sleep more, we want to take it more easy. Fire energy is not about this. Fire energy is about going out, going forward, expression, sharing, communicating, love, being out there. Yeah, so but in this period of time where nature is also experiencing that, that's where your energy, your fire energy, can get attacked very easily. So if you're in balance, meaning that you're healthy and you feel okay with yourself and you know, okay, this is too much and this is too little, and you are able to serve between the two, that is a balanced state, so to say. But if you're off balance, so if you want more, 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 and you go towards um, partying days and nights at end, or doing a lot of things, doing and not stopping, then in this period of time, then actually you can get exhausted. So that is the time where you kind of feel, oh, okay, now I'm attacked. And physically you can recognize this as flushes if this is an extreme, so the fire elemental energy is out of balance in an excess, so meaning red face, palpitations of the heart, um, difficulty to breathe, your breathing is very high, or when the energy is kind of worn down. So think of burnout, that you've used a lot of energy for a long period of time, you haven't listened to the balance, and then nature, your body, just shuts down at some point, and that is the sign, okay, you're depleted of all the energies basically, because that is the final stage, but also your fire energy to be happy about something, to feel enthusiastic about something, to be able to share and to laugh and to experience joy, that is then no longer there, because that is the more outward going energy. So if you have depleted or used up too much of that, then nature will bring you back down to the opposite side. So even though then you are at summertime, you will not feel happy, you will not feel joyful, you will not feel in touch with your heart, where according to Chinese medicine, the soul resides, that you're able to manifest what's coming from your heart, you won't have the energy for it. So, in that sense, physically, you can notice it like you're down, you don't have an fiery eyes, so to say, sparkling eyes, because they express the state of your soul. um, they're kind of dull, you're tired, you're not able to share, you feel sad all the time. So completely the opposite of actually what is the fire element. So those are things that you can recognize anytime during the year, right? But in summertime, specifically, due to the natural aspects around us, it can actually attack you if you're not taking care well of yourself. So, how to take care of your fire energy is to actually be expressive, but then also to know when to stop. So, giving and receiving. And there is a good balance between giving and receiving attention to someone else or to yourself, or love to someone else or to yourself. To give um, um, any kind of sharing, but also share it to yourself. So it's very important that you find that balance between giving and receiving. So you need to be as well able in to give, but you need energy for that to do that. And in order to give, you need also to be able to receive love, attention, um, me time, which is going more to the earth element. But all those aspects actually have to do with the fire energy of giving and receiving energy. And that is happening throughout the whole year and not only during summertime. So, other things that can be recognizable, for example, if you are out of balance. So, that means I already mentioned heart palpitations, which is in excess, um, coldness inside, which is in depletion, or in that you don't have enough of it. Um, Being able to say the things that you want to say and how you want to say it, that means that it's balanced. If you're talking a lot, if you're trying to scream, also the volume of what it is that you say, or kind of drawing attention to, that is then again the fire element in excess. If it's depleted, or if it's not nurtured enough, then you are having difficulties with talking, for example. So stuttering, yeah, or not being able to say anything that comes from your heart, or not being in connection with your heart or with your soul. And in that way, not knowing what to share. Yeah. So you kind of lost contact there with your soul, with your essence, with your true wisdom, to be able to share what it is that comes from you, and not anything that is copied or that is taken from somewhere else. But when you say something, it is from your heart. So communication is very important. Also, it controls the thoughts, and also the amount of emotions that come to you, because the fire element, apart from all the other elemental energies, are protected by 4 meridians instead of 2. In wood, for example, you have the liver and the gallbladder, but in water you have the kidneys and the urinary bladder. But in fire, you have the heart, you have the small intestine, you have the pericardium, and you have the triple heater. All those 4 meridians are connected to the heart, and they are actually connected with the whole. So let's look at the heart by itself. That's the yin organ. And the pathway of that yin organ is coming from the armpit area, connected internally with the heart, and then going towards on the inside of your arm towards the pinky. So if you are practicing, for example, yoga poses, and then especially yin yoga poses, target the area of your inner part of your arm. So chest openers. Arms can go out to the side, and you open the chest. And there you stimulate also the yin meridian here. The small intestine, and that is kind of a funny connection, isn't it, to the heart and the small intestine? Well, the small intestine is also about taking in, about giving and receiving. It gives, nurtures the body, and what it's not needed anymore, that kind of passes it on to the large intestine. So it's also about giving and receiving the nutrients, or sorry, the other way around, receiving the food and then nurture, giving the food to the body back. So that is what the small intestine is about. So the small intestine starts also on the pinky side, but then on the outer part of your arm. So any kind of pose, think of broken wings or eagle arms. Those are poses that target the small intestine meridian. And then it covers the shoulder blades, and then it goes all the way up into the side of the neck to the head. So poses where you stimulate the lateral side of the neck, poses where you feel the upper part of your shoulder and the upper trap and on the shoulder blades. So those poses that target that, those are stimulating the small intestine. Internally, it connects the heart with the small intestine as well. And then we have two more. So the pericardium, which starts at the middle finger, and or sorry, it starts at the here at the chest area as well, and then goes down to the middle finger. So it's also the internal part of the arm. And the pericardium is actually a fascia sac. And according to Chinese medicine, this pericardium actually protects the heart. And now I step to the emotions, what I was mentioning before. So the pericardium actually protects the heart from all external aspects that come towards us. So if somebody is angry, shouting at us, is irritated, or all these things, the pericardium actually is this protective physical, but also functional layer, energetic layer around the heart that protects anything from external factors to attack the heart in any way. So it allows, actually, the pericardium allows to kind of take in and absorb and to think, okay, this I can allow to slide away so that my heart is still protected. I'm not affected by it. My heart, my soul, my essence is still there. It's not swooped away, swooped aside. So that is what the pericardium is about. And then the last one, the triple heater, which is also on the outside of your arm and on the shoulder blade area, and then goes around the ear. That meridian is actually triple heater. It's also called triple burner. Sometimes it's connected to the three areas in the torso. So it is connected to the thoracic, to the abdominal, and the pelvic region. Physically, it is actually fascia sacs surrounding the organs that are in the thoracic area, so the lungs and the heart. But this fascia is also connected with the diaphragm and then connected to the fascia of all the organs that are in the belly. So think of your stomach, your spleen, your liver, your gallbladder, your intestines. Those are all in there. Yeah. And those are enwrapped by fascia and connected by the outer fascia connecting to the trunk of your body, because it's not just floating there. And that is considered, all this fascia of all these organs and the fascia surrounding it, that is called the middle heater. And then you have the lower burner or the lower heater. That is the fascia that surrounds your reproductive organs and also your kidneys, which are actually on your lower back, but they're outside of the sac of the middle burner. So physically, actually, if you look at the fascia divides the body, the upper body, into different compartments. And it is actually these fascia compartments that are connecting all the organs together. You might know, but fascia is connecting everything with everything. And it is within this fascia network where all the meridians are embedded and where the numerous connections are made. So triple burner or triple heater is actually kind of like this extra container, you could say, that kind of protects all the organs connecting to the heart, giving energy to the heart and from the heart. So, knowing that the heart is this very energetic place, it's actually the heart, think of the heart chakra, an energetic place where it's very powerful. This energy that is there gives energy to the rest of the body and allows your spirit to exist in your body. So it is a very spiritual and at the same time a very powerful, loving, compassionate energy that is connected to the energy of fire. If your heart is closed, you will exclude people from you. When your heart is open, you will include people from you. And even though including sometimes hurts us, but it's actually a way to kind of learn from it. Like, what do I need to learn from this lesson? So, following your heart doesn't necessarily mean that it's scary, can be painful, but when you really truly open up your heart and live from your heart, that's where your fire energy can really flow. And that's where in Chinese medicine they say your Shen, your soul, can shine. And then actually you do the purpose that you're here for, to, what's the word, to make it real, to accomplish it. So I'm checking if I'm forgetting something. No, I think I mentioned everything. So if there are any questions about it, please let me know. And if there are not yet any questions, I will go into or show you the poses that you can do to stimulate the heart opening. So, heart openers, the name already says it, that actually helps to open your heart and to open up the pericardium, which is the protector of the heart and the heart energy. So, any position where the arms go back and the chest is open, whether the arms are like this or out to the side or lower down, where you feel that your heart is being opened, that pose is actually working on the meridian of the heart and of the pericardium. Any pose where you either cross the arms or you bring the arms in this way, or you embrace yourself like this, or you do one arm variation, or you do an internal rotation, that is all working on the triple heater and the small intestine. And most of the time, you're bending forward with those poses because you're rounding the upper back. So it's an upper back opener. And because you're rounding forward, you're compressing your belly. So that compression also aids your small intestine to work. Another pose which works great for your small intestines or intestines in general or your organs is to use either a bolster or a block and place it underneath your belly. So you place it underneath your rib cage and above your pelvic area so that you can lean and lie on top of it and then allow the pressure of the block or the pillow to go inside to stimulate. So it should not rest upon the bones, but really allow the bolster or the block, which is a bit more sturdy, to sink in. So if you want any more help with those poses or any questions about the fire energy, please let me know. No questions? Okay. You're welcome, Melinda. So I can tell you some poses, but the most important thing for you to know is is that if you know that there is any opening of the heart with the arms in any position, so there are several yin poses that target and open up the front part of the body. Think of sitting caterpillar like this, or reclined butterfly, where you have a bolster or a pillow underneath the chest, going out to the side. You can hold your arms in any way possible. You can do anahatasana, for example. Anahata meaning the heart chakra, so you can do that pose as well. And then without feeling any compression on the top of the shoulder. So maybe then you need to play a little bit with the arm position so that you avoid feeling that compression. You can also bring the hips down. You can bring the arms higher up and then hang into there. And then for the back body, you can do a caterpillar pose, for example, in combination with cow face arms, eagle arms, and going forward. And then you feel this stimulation here. Or you can do crossed caterpillar, crossing your arms and then folding forward. But for some, this doesn't round the upper back enough. So then you can also hold the legs or the knees with your hands in butterfly position and then allow yourself to fall forward here. You can also do one pose variation of that, pulling the arm towards your body. Yeah. Or you can even do penguin pose, where you have one arm internally rotated and then you twist a bit so that again there is a rounding created in the upper back. So you move a little bit away from that leg. Yeah. So you round this upper area to target the outside of the arms. Yeah. And the shoulder. The neck stretch is also a great pose to do, and then going laterally with your head, because that way you're targeting the triple heater and the small intestine. So you can bring your arm backwards and then move your head to the left side, away from the right arm. Or you can reach down with the right arm, push down, and play a little bit with the head position to search for that stimulation on the lateral side of the neck. Okay, Natalia, outside of yin poses, any lifestyle recommendations? Yes. So what is important when your fire energy is out of balance is that you need to do some cooling things. So for example, in summertime, you can do the Shitali breath. So when you either round your tongue or place the tongue behind your teeth, and that really helps to calm the fire down in your body. Then if you have too much heat in your body, so you have easily flushes and stuff, you have to calm down on spicy food, hot foods, and all those things. If it's out of balance or depleted, then actually you need to spice it up a bit. Think of warming herbs like cinnamon or what is the word? Ginger, or these kinds of things that help the warming effect. Then also, if your mind goes all over the place, or if you are really down like in a burnout, then it's very step by step kind of building up your energy and doing the things that you love, that make you happy, because happy feelings, happy thoughts, that create actually this uplifting energy. If we batter ourselves down all the time with thinking I'm not good at this or I'm not good at that, being very judgmental about ourselves, those are not helping to bring the fire elemental energy up. Yeah, they actually kind of cool it down or bring it down. and take your smile away. So it is very important to also observe the mind, to observe what it is that you eat, to observe the way you're doing things. If you're always kind of on and into action, then maybe it is time to kind of bring more balance into your yin and yang in your day. Yeah. Taking more time to kind of calm down. If you have like coldness in your body, then movement is a good thing. Kind of bring that blood circulation, because the heart is connected to the blood circulation. Bring it into movement, bring it into motion, so that all the toxins can be flushed out. And at the same time, all the nutrients can go into the right direction. So you need to um, look first at what is the state of my fire energy? What do you relate to? Are you happy? Are you content? Are you compassionate with others, but also with yourself? Are you content with your situation externally, but also internally? How can you kind of grow these aspects? A good thing to do is actually there are two practices that I enjoy doing in enhancing the fire element. First of all, is after a day, write down one thing of your day that brought you joy, or that brought a smile on your face, or that you're grateful for. Yeah, and then if you do that every day, you have this little booklet after a period of time that you can read through and then look back, and then it will give you a smile on your face all the time. Another thing, another practice that you can do is, if somebody is hurting you, or people in the world that are doing things that are not so great for others or for the world in general, then to kind of practice compassion. Yeah, to say, I forgive you and I love you. Or if you cannot love this person, then say, okay, I forgive you and thank you for what I needed to learn from you, or what I see that I can learn from you. Yeah, however nasty this person is, or however bad things they do, it is a very wonderful practice to kind of bring it into different perspective, and not to go into the opposite emotion of love, which is hate. Yeah, so it's a very important um, practice to do, so that we stay connected with each other and we don't exclude anybody. I hope that helps, Natalia. What can we do when our emotions rise, but we keep on closing the heart? Dubravka. Um, okay, I can interpret your question in two ways. What can we do when our emotions rise? I interpret this in a way like that you express your emotions violently. That has to do more with wood energy, though. But maybe you mean it like this. Maybe you need to specify your question a bit for me. But do you mean, Dubravka, that what can we do when there is a lot of emotions inside, but you keep it in? Is that what you mean? Before I kind of babble away, and then you can suppressed emotion. Okay, yeah. So that is actually the wood energy connected to the fire energy. Wood energy is about expressing also their emotions. It's very an emotional energy, also the wood energy, because it's all about expansion and going forward and doing things. So if you cannot express there your emotions, then also that will affect the elemental energy that comes next, because the wood feeds the fire energy. So if you're not able to express your emotions, first of all, you need to learn to do that, yeah, without any fear, which is water energy. Yeah, because if you truly express what comes from your heart, that makes you you. And you do not have to be afraid of being you, even though in our society there is a lot of comparison. Um, and we kind of have the social media with where a lot of happy, happy, joy, joy stuff is out there. But it's not only joyful. It is important to be who you truly are without any blockages. So if you have suppressed emotions, my first tip would be express them alone, maybe at home, in your car with the music on or whatever. Get them out and then sit for a moment and feel, okay, what is the effect of that? And what is still there lingering? The another step is what thoughts are there that is judgments that you have. Why do you not express? What is there? What is the pain behind it? So yeah, work on yourself is a very good aspect also of the fire energy. I hope that helps. Rosa, I would like to read something to better understand the dynamics between the meridians, the body organs, and the elements. Could you suggest something? Yeah, for sure. There is this book that I really love, The Spark in the Machine, and that explains it from a Western combined with an Eastern point of view to understand energy as a whole. Yeah. Then to The Web That Has No Weaver from Ted Kupchik. I always find it so difficult name. Anyway, his first name is Ted, and then he also explains about the elemental energies and the organs. But you have to remember, Rosa, that Chinese looked at nature as everything being connected with each other. Nothing is excluded. Everything works together. Um, so it's not like how we looked at it in the West, or we have a heart and it pumps the blood around. Yeah. But now things are changing. We are now discovering more and more that matter being things, is not really the thing that keeps us together. It is actually the energy that resonates within this matter, our body, our organs, and even in microscopic level, that everything is connected through energy, actually. So if you look at it that way, maybe you can understand a little bit more how come the Chinese kind of realized that the organs have an energy and that it's related to an energy that is also outside of us. So they looked at it functionally. The heart has a function, not only a physical function, but an energetic function. And it is through the emotion, so joy, compassion, that it is related to the, the fire energy. So I hope that well helps. Um, so Rachel, is that a question or is it just a statement that you like the different variations of crossing the arms? What if you don't know your purpose or what you want currently? When there is a lot of confusion and you feel lost, is it still possible to get that energy flowing? Yes, for sure. But um, thanks, Rachel. But if you feel lost or you don't know your purpose, then the only thing that you can do is nothing really, but to go inside and to sit and to meditate and to be with yourself, because that is actually what it is, or a part of meditation. So, in a yin practice being a very easy ground for you to practice meditation in, because you stay for 5 minutes in a pose, observing what is going on inside without reacting. So, if meditation is still very difficult for you to sit for a longer period of time and to keep your attention inwards and just to feel whatever is present, then a yin practice is a very great thing to do. But the only thing to discover what your purpose is, and if at the in the moment you don't know what your purpose is, then wait. We always want to kind of have direct answers. That is our yang like society, to kind of say, okay, if I don't know, I need to fix it. If I don't know, I will read stuff about it. If I don't know, then I will make sure that I know. That's all the time into action, action, action. And actually, the only thing what you need when you really truly want to connect with yourself, with your soul, and with your heart is to go inside and to feel, and not to want to change anything, but just to kind of observe and to check in with what is there. And then if you find joy in that, because that is eventually what relaxation will do, taking the time for yourself, that will bring you joy eventually. And then in this relaxation, insights will come, things will come up. So you cannot do anything. The only thing that you can do is not do anything and go inside. So I hope that helps. Hello from Portugal. We already started some time ago, but Samantha, if you are feeling depleted of the fire energy, should you avoid dynamic vinyasa yoga and stick to yin? That is a very difficult answer to question to answer, because um, if you say, Samantha, that you are feeling depleted, then my answer would be yes. So then do restorative yoga, do more meditative practices, um, go for a nice walk, take care of yourself with good food, sleep well. All these things will help to to enhance your yin depletion, actually your yin energy depletion overall, and to calm down your yang energy. So, because there is no yang energy without yin, you need yin, you need a basis, you need a seed, you need a reservoir from which you can tap from to be able to go into action, into your yang energy. If there is no basis, if there is no storage, then you will not be able to give or to share or to come up with ideas or to follow your intuition, because that is this energy. Oh, I have something coming up from inside and I want to share. Oh, I something comes from outside into me, like intuition or an insight, and then I want to share. It is energy that comes from somewhere. It is energy that needs a basis. So if you feel depleted, then do anything you can to um, nourish yourself so that you can give again your yang action. Okay, great, Melinda. Yeah, and we are all such doers. We are in a young society, but I believe it's changing right now, and that more and more with the mindfulness, with the meditation, with the awareness that everything is energy, we are starting to turn more and more inwards, connecting to our hearts that way, actually. And there, from that connection with ourselves, being able to connect with everyone and everything around us. Different meridians. Yeah, no, it's not just about yoga, Samantha. Life in general, yes. You're welcome, more time. Rachel, I've been having those times not having enough in storage and can't come up with ideas, sequences for my own classes. So, yeah, Rachel, that's what I was just saying. Take some time off and really dare to take time for yourself. Play with that, because in order to give, you need to be able to give to yourself also. Mm, Dubravka, which diet do you suggest for the fire element? Essential oils, wear clothes for balancing. Um, well, overthinking, overeating, overworking is not good for the fire energy. It needs rest also. Get enough rest, not worry about things or not get anxious about future events. Don't hold grudges or obsessions with past events. Being able to forgive, those are all things that you can do with the emotions. Work wise, you need to exercise regularly, but be mindful about it. Yeah, don't go into extreme. Also, don't take yourself, if your fire energy is depleted or if it's in excess, don't go to the sauna too often, for example, or into hot environments, because that can actually have the opposite effect. Diet, you want to stay away from cold foods that actually deplete your energy, because in Chinese medicine, the small intestine also has to do with the digestive fire. So if you eat a lot of cold foods and drinks, then actually you cool down your system, and then the fire, this needs energy. The body needs to kind of build up this fire again. So it's not advised to drink a lot of ice water or ice cream or salads. But in summertime, when it's hot and your energy is in balance, then of course, yes, you can eat salads, but not again into extreme. Yeah. So it just depends on how the state is of your fire energy. If it's in excess, then yes, you can use cooling drinks and food and also practices. If it's in depletion, then you need to nourish the yin first to be able to kind of build up the yang. No alcohol, no coffee, or at least not too much. To no, not overstimulating or too hot, spicy food, um, and limit mucus forming foods. So think of beef, cheese, dairy. That all doesn't really help. So choose neutral, warm foods. When doing a yin practice, it's a good idea to both do poses that work on all of the elements in one session. Yeah, for sure. You can dedicate a practice to that. If you recognize a lot of dryness in the body, what can you do? Well, dryness has to do more with the mental energy. So, dryness is about the mental energy, being able, and also earth, actually, because it's about giving yourself enough nutrients, enough liquids for the body. So that is a different element. So you need to work on your food and also about what you drink, how you eat. So if, for example, the mental energy is out of balance, then you can have dry stools. When the earth element is out of balance, you can have um, diarrhea and stuff. So um, yeah, I hope that helps. So that's a different kind of energetic quality. I think I've mentioned everything that I wanted to say. So, also a good meditation is metta meditation. That is also great to do. But if you are interested in this, in the Chinese medicine and the combination of yin yoga and how to stimulate the meridians and the chi flow in the meridians to balance the elemental qualities or the elemental energies. I have this 30-hour Yin Yoga and Meridians teacher training in which we will cover all this into extent and all the elements and all the meridians that you can target with various Yin Yoga poses. So, and if I'm not mistaken, you get a discount, but you will read it just below the video. So, if there is anything else that you want me to answer, please let me know. Otherwise, I think it's a wrap. Oh, great, Rachel. Great, Samantha. You know, the course is there whenever you're ready for it. Thank you so much, everybody. You're welcome. So, thank you all for being present here, and hopefully, you were able to hear me well without the mic. And I hope to see you next time. And thanks. So, take care of your heart, okay? It is important. So, thank you all. Namaste. Thank you. Bye bye. I have to take care of the kids now.